Nos tienen miedo porque no tenemos miedo. 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 Nos tienen miedo porque no tenemos miedo, porque no tenemos miedo. Están atrás, van para atrás, piensan atrás, son el atrás, están detrás de su armadura militar. Nos ven reír, nos ven luchar, nos ven amar, nos ven jugar, nos ven detrás de su armadura militar. Nos tienen miedo porque no tenemos miedo. 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 Nos tienen miedo porque no tenemos miedo, porque no tenemos miedo. Están atrás, van para atrás, piensan atrás, son el atrás, están detrás de su armadura militar. Nos ven reír, nos ven luchar, nos ven amar, nos ven jugar, nos ven detrás de su armadura militar. Nos tienen miedo porque no tenemos miedo. 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 Nos tienen miedo porque no tenemos miedo.
My name is Rosie and I just come back from Honduras. I've just been there for 2 months and want to give a quick overview on what's happening in the grassroots movements over there. And so one of the very strong grassroots movements is of the farmers, and particularly of a region called Bahuaguan. And they are farmers from all over the country that have come together. They have been historically concentrated in a region, and then some new liberal policy came in that had managed to make people let go of their land. And so from the early 90s, a lot of people have been dispersed from this area called Bahuaguan to the cities to work for fincas, so forth. These sales that happened were illegal. They were done through bribery, persecution, and these are lands that cannot be sold, but because when someone has money they can do anything, and so a lot of these lands were sold even though legally they could not be sold. And so the farmers have been carrying out a legal battle for 10 years because they realized the sales were illegal and they went to challenge the sales. And then they negotiated with the President Zelaya before he was deposed. they occupied the factory of Miguel Facuse, one of the most powerful business people of Honduras. Before, in order to get to negotiating table with Celaya. So they got to negotiating table, and they got a negotiation where more or less what was on the table was, okay, we'll have a look at the sales. We'll see were they legal, were they illegal. If they were legal, okay, we'll look at buying the land from the big landowner. If they were illegal, then we won't be buying the land, we will be taking the land back, but we will pay for improvements that the big landowners made to the land to compensate them for what work they have made on the land. The coup happened, and then these farmers decided, after 6 months fighting, trying to reverse the coup, they realized they can't do it, and what they need to do in order to get the land is to occupy. So thousands and thousands of farmers have organized to occupy different parts of this region of the palm oil plantation. They go in there and they evict the security guards, and they bring their pots and pans and tents and everything, and they set up and work out some way to defend themselves, and so they have been occupying since December 2009, and they have been under a lot of persecution, militarization, killings. There's been 40 farmers who are organized in this movement who have been killed since the coup, since this occupation. And so this is one movement, and then some other movements. The teachers are fighting they're striking and occupying streets, because there are some teachers, thousands of teachers who haven't been paid for a month or a year, thousands who haven't been paid for a year, and 60,000 who haven't been paid for a month. And then you have students fighting against militarization and police. You have different parts of the country, there are people fighting for their land rights. And yeah, so 2 years ago, when I first went there, I remember seeing police covering up their number plates, and something happened around that. But today, you look at every single police vehicle there is, and there's a lot of police vehicles. None have any number plates. It's just so normalized that this doesn't happen anywhere else in Latin America. Guatemala, they have number plates. The police have number plates. Maybe police say maybe there's some fake number plates out there, but they have number plates. And one of the things that happened recently is there's a major case where the university director's son was murdered by police, and so there was a lot of publicity around that. The 4 police suspects were captured. They were detained for 2 days, 3 days, and then they were released, and they escaped, and no one knows anything about them ever again. And from that, so it's good. It's good that there is a lot of publicity on police corruption, but is always, whatever is the problem, the elite always find a way. Elite, national and international, always find a way to use this information, to use this problem to get what they want. And so already they have passed a law to allow so they accept, okay, our police is corrupt. So what do? We give the police, the police is bad, the military is good. The military is good. The military carried out the coup. And so they give the military the power to carry out the duties of the police, like to carry out home invasions, things like that. So you have a militarization in the name of addressing police corruption. And then, as well as that, there's a lot of different human rights experts who have said this will mean a lot of bad things. It can mean privatization of the police force. It can mean an international intervention similar to what happened to Haiti. It's like, okay, there's a failed state, the police is killing its own people. Oh well, we have to send in our military. We have to do something. And so there's this militarization problem, and it's a big problem because militarization is how is the way of repressing and imposing the policies that people don't agree with, and whether through the more traditional tear gas bombs and water tanks and beatings, or in the protests or selective repression. But militarization, you have arms, you have people who are trained. The feminists are fighting against femicides, killing of women. The gay and lesbian population are fighting against killings against their community. There's been 17 people from the gay and lesbian and bisexual and transsexual community that have been killed in 2011. So the killings continue every week, and people are trying to, they're trying to organize. Finish.